What is going on, everybody? Welcome back. So if you can see behind me, I got this black bag, and I had mentioned this black bag in one of my other videos, but today I wanted to show you guys what's inside of it. And I had mentioned kind of what it was in the video with my tire carrier, but we're going to go over everything I keep inside that thing. So let's go check it out, guys. So I have not weighed this thing, but I can tell you it's a little heavy. So when I didn't have this tire back here, I had all that gear, or all the gear that's currently inside the bag, kind of around my tank and compressor in the back. Alright, so the first thing we got in here is gloves. Now, if you don't have a pair of gloves in your rig, whatever it is, you need to get some. So I'm not picky on preference. I think I got those at Walmart, but whatever you got, keep some gloves in there. Now, these are probably a little different than some of y'all keep in your rigs. Now, if you saw the exhaust video where I did a little mod on it, you know what these are. So the cool thing about these is, you know, they're small, so I can just keep them in here. So anytime I want to switch that exhaust out, so I'm not messing it up, I just throw these things on there. And then the last thing we got in this one is the winch controller. That is something you can't live without if you got a winch, because then your winch is useless basically. So keep that wherever it is, wherever you want to keep. But yeah, gloves, turn down, winch controller, that is in pocket number 1. And if you have an air setup like I do, you're probably going to have these in your own bag. So we got an air hose. This thing's like a slinky in here, it doesn't want to come out. Man, that thing is longer than I thought. Jeez. Alright, there we go. Got all that out. I keep an extra air gauge in here. This is the same one. This is probably a little more extravagant than you need, but this thing is cool. I used that when I was using the Stawn tire deflators, but you know, it hooks up to your airline, and then it tells you your pressure when you're filling up. So cool to keep in there. I like to keep it as a backup. And then the last thing we got in here is an impact wrench. That's the other cool part about running onboard air. You can run air tools. And the cool thing about that specific impact wrench is it is super light. I got that thing on Amazon. Super strong. I actually use it. I keep it in the Jeep, but I use it in my garage as well. I've got a cheap one in there, but this one is a lot better, even though it's actually smaller. And even though this isn't recovery gear, always keep an extra tripod in there. You never know when you're going to need it. So this one's cool. If I don't have my other setup that I'm currently using, this thing flips out and holds your phone, since I do a majority of my stuff on my iPhone 12 Pro. But this thing's cool to just keep in here. So keep an extra tripod. This isn't my main tripod, but it makes a nice go-to carry all the time one. Alright, now we're going to get to the good stuff. The stuff in the main area of this bag. Alright, so the whole reason this bag is so heavy is because I keep everything in there. So, you don't have a tool set, whatever it might be, whatever your preference is. I like these because they were cheap. I got them at Walmart. They're not my main tools that I keep in my garage, but they are nice to just keep in here. so you always have some kind of tools. You're not just, you know, going blind into a situation where something's going to break and you got to figure out, you know, what to do to fix it. And my absolute favorite thing I keep in here is the 4-tire deflator inflator setup. The best thing I have done as of lately. The coolest part about this is if you've got I threw my spare on there the other day after the wreck, and because I wasn't sure if I bent the other wheel, so I put my spare on, and it was probably 5 pounds lower than every other tire on there. So basically what I can do is hook that thing up and it'll equalize pressure in every tire, so they're all the same. So you're not having to, you know, think it one and then the other ones are, you know, 1 or 2 pounds different. So that is just one cool feature that obviously the quickness of inflating them and deflating them is the best part. That is just a case that goes in. Alright, we got the Gear America straps. If you haven't checked out their gear, highly recommend it. I keep a 20-foot strap in here. I know a lot of you guys have kinetic ropes. I haven't felt the need to get one yet since I've got a winch, but I would suggest if you don't have a winch, probably get yourself a kinetic rope. I'm not going to do any massive pulls with this thing, but it is nice to be able to extend my winch line. And then this is a must-have if you've got a winch. You've got to have a tree saver. You do not want to wrap your winch line around a tree and destroy a tree. So get yourself a tree saver. This stuff wasn't that expensive, but it's worth it to keep in your bag. And then I threw this in last time when we went to Hidden Falls because I wasn't sure how muddy it was going to be. But get yourself a blanket or a tarp or whatever. Keep that in there. This one hasn't even been opened yet because I haven't needed it. But you don't know when you're going to have to get in the mud and get on the ground. So get yourself a tarp or something you can keep in there. And the last thing, we got our little goodie bag. Got some soft shackles. If you don't know what a soft shackle is, look it up because they are lifesavers when it comes to recovery. They make stuff just so much easier. And then Snatch Block. Funny story about Snatch Blocks. I had no idea what a Snatch Block was before I got into off-roading. I had to look it up and, you know, figure out how to use that thing, but it is worth the Google search to figure out what a Snatch Block is because when it comes to winching yourself out, it will basically let your winch pull more than it's rated for because of the pulley setup. So, you know anything about physics and pulleys, this all applies. So just do a quick Google search. I'll throw in a little image here showing you kind of how a Snatch Block works. And the last thing I keep in here is an extra D-ring. Whether you need to tie something together, whatever, this is going to come in handy if I happen to lose one of my Gear America Mega Shackles, which I don't think I'm going to because they haven't even moved since I've had them on here. Just keep one in there. It's nice to have extra backup. So a couple other things I don't keep in that bag because I want it in the Jeep 24/7 is my extensions for my jack, the jack itself, which you can see back there, the jack handle, which you can kind of see the top of it back there, and first aid kit. All that stuff I keep in the little compartment under the driver's seat and then just around the tire itself, which you can kind of see. I got some stuff tucked back in there. But yeah, that stuff I want in the Jeep all the time. But if you watch the video going over the tire carrier, basically the whole reason for leaving that side covered and being able to remove that was so I can keep stuff like this on it. I didn't want to have just, you know, something to show off. I still wanted it somewhat functional, which I also figured out if I want to sleep back here, that's enough room for me. So if I'm by myself, if I go on a trip, I'm by myself, I can sleep in the back. Which I kind of have thought about for the Arkansas trip, but not sure yet. Haven't really nailed that down. But fun fact, we did nail down dates for Arkansas. So we are doing the 18th and the 19th. We are heading up early Thursday morning. Originally I was going to do Wednesday and Thursday, but I found out they're not even open on Wednesday, so glad I'm sticking to Thursday, Friday. But we're going to head up Thursday morning, get some lunch when we get there. It's about a 5.5 hour drive, and then we will basically head to the park. We are going to do all 3 badge trails. Not sure which order yet. Probably go start easiest and then go hardest. Maybe I'll do hardest, and then if I fail, I can just go home. But no, I think we'll be fine. It'll be an interesting test for the QT1. This will probably be one of the better tests for the QT1 to see how it handles traction. I know there's a lot of loose rock, but I haven't been to the park myself. So if you guys are in the area and want to link up with me and my dad, just shoot me a message over on Instagram. If you're not already following me on Instagram, it's just Trail Trooper like it is over here. Shoot me a message. We can figure something out. I'd be glad to have some of you guys show me around the trails and meet some of you guys. I've met a few of you at car shows and whatnot, but yeah, I'm always up to meet new people, go talk about the Jeep. I love talking about the Jeep. Give you guys any pointers. You know, I'm always up for advice myself. So yeah, 18th and 19th of this month, that's basically spring break. So those were the days that worked out best for us. So we were originally going to do Missouri, but we decided to eliminate that and just do Hot Springs, make it a shorter trip, but still get our 3 badges. So we are excited for that. So if you are not already subscribing, make sure to hit that button. I'm gonna do actually a video for each trail. So one for Snake, one for Fun Run, one for Rubicon Ridge. I think it'll be a little more interesting to get a little more detail on each trail versus trying to cram everything into one. So stay tuned for that. If you like the video, give me a thumbs up, set your notifications so you know every time I upload. But yeah, hopefully next time you guys see me, I will be up in Arkansas, crossing my fingers that no problems come up with the Jeep and we're not able to go. So right now, those are the dates. Yeah, we will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.